Hey, it's Pika calling in from Singapore out here on the equator. It is Wednesday night, and I was off today, so excited. Actually got a lot of work done. I dropped my daughter off at school. I was debating whether or not to keep her home, but I know very well that if she was to stay home with me, I'd probably end up playing with her or watching TV with her and not actually doing my work. So I dropped her off, and that kind of forced me to be outside, like leave the house on purpose, and I got a lot of errands done. So went to the bank, went to Little India, picked up supplies and groceries and whatever else I needed, and then finally came back home. I was actually able to source the kind of backdrop I want for the show that's coming up. My bad, I'm so sorry. I was able to source the material that I was looking for the show that's coming up, and then got approval from Wendy as well, so I'm kind of excited about that. I got good news, you guys. My girl Jane out in London is actually done with my custom order for a stack of bracelets. So she's used miracle beads and, gosh, I don't even know if I remember, like synthetic pearl beads and some jade beads. Anyway, they were my brand colors. I'm super excited, and she got custom made tags for them too, so I'm very, very excited about that. Just waiting for the prices so I can go ahead and pay it and get it shipped out to me. So that was kind of cool today. I made a decision on some of the information that I needed to get sorted out. So I actually asked two of my boys, like I mentioned yesterday, about their business, how they source for items and distribute them. And for the most part, they're actually very, very hands-on, and in that regard, they're able to control every aspect of their merchandise business. So that's very, very cool and kind of encouraging to me too. However, due to my solopreneur status, I need to think about what logistically works for me. So I mean, I think I'm going to do what I've always done, which is just do something and wing it from there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and choose something instead of being like, oh my god, I have so many choices, I don't know what to do, and then not do anything. So the worst thing I can do is sit on my hands and pretend like there's too much to handle and just let it go at that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and jump, as usual. Fail if I have to, and if I don't fail, just keep adjusting my sails until I get to where I need to be. So I'm kind of excited about that. The topic for today is obviously on purpose. I need to clear the clutter in my life. There are a lot of people and a lot of things that I do that are really, really not helpful. They're not productive. They don't take me closer to my goals. So everything is very, very goal-oriented right now. So everything that I do basically has to add to my life somehow or push me towards my goal a little faster, or I'm not going to do it. So I'm not going to spend money on dumb stuff unless it's actually going to help my life at some point. So obviously groceries, yeah, we need to eat. Clothing is okay because, to be quite honest, every stitch of clothing I have here, okay, maybe not every stitch of clothing, most of the clothing that I own right now, I've had for at least 10 years. Yeah, I said it, 10 years. I'm actually kind of proud of that though, because it means that I take care of what I have and I don't like buy unnecessarily. I hate shopping, you guys. I hate trying on clothes. It takes too much time. I'd rather just give you my measurements and have it made for me. That would be the dream. Eventually, I'll get a tailor. But for now, I buy one piece here, one piece there, whenever I can stand to try on something, because I really don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. It's not fun. With that being said, yeah, clear the clutter. I'm trying really hard not to do things that don't add to my overall well-being, my overall plan, my overarching, what is that word? Overarching framework, I think is what Nick called it over at Growth Tribe. So currently the same thing with my email, my computer, stuff like that. There is a lot of stuff on my computer, on my phone, in my email inbox that is just taking up space. Just taking up space. So for the most part, I feel like clearing the clutter means that I become a little more efficient, a little more fast in my decisions, because I don't have the extraneous stuff just hanging around. If I can see past the clutter, or remove the clutter altogether, it makes me a more efficient person. So that way I'm working smart, not harder. There's no point in me saying, oh my gosh, I need to get this done, knowing full well that there are, 20 movies on my hard drive, and if I get bored, it's only a click away. I mean, as it is, I already have YouTube, which is the biggest pain in my ass, but could you imagine if I have, Coming to America, Life, All About the Benjamins, Love Jones, what else? I don't know. you get the idea. I don't have to list anymore, right? Right? So basically, if I had a bunch of movies that I really, really love and I would watch over and over again anyway, first of all, it's taking up a lot of RAM on my computer. Second of all, it's going to slow down everything because it's holding all that space. And third of all, it's just an added distraction that I really don't need in my life. I don't need help not doing my work. I can do that just fine. So clearing the clutter. The other thing is sometimes we tend to feel overwhelmed. There are lots of little things that we absolutely must get done. In the grand scheme of things, what is most important matters more than how many things are on the list. Does that make sense? So what I've started doing is, as per Vanessa's advice, I've started chunking things into priority. So I always have a top 3 set of goals that I really, really need to get done. Those are really, really important to get me to my next day or whatever. And then the other stuff is just mundane crap. So obviously at some point I need to post for Instagram. Obviously at some point I need to do this podcast. Obviously at some point I need to transfer the podcast to SoundCloud, just little things like that, but I'm not going to fall apart if I don't do them right away. Now the podcast I have committed to doing every night, so I can't skip on that. That's one of my big deals. But Instagram, I've missed a day here and there before, and I haven't lost an arm or a leg or anything, so it's not that big a deal. I will manage. You already know I kind of gave up on my blog, right? I will get back into it. I will. It's just a matter of time. Right now, I'm super overwhelmed. I feel like there's a million different things running around in my head, and I don't know where to start what. So I start with the big things. So, like I said, I reached out to my boys who are already in the merchandise business to get some advice. In the meantime, what I also did was source and find out where I can get the things that I need to get done. I don't have a designer. Okay, I don't have someone that could advise me on business and finance. All that stuff I kind of need to take note of and then just ask questions as I go along. With regard to t-shirts and printing and stuff, I know the bare minimum about what to do and how to do it. But in order to take the time and go, the idea was to go to Malaysia and get all this stuff done. The time it would take for me to have a day off, go all the way to Malaysia, run around. First of all, I'm by myself. I don't know shit about Malaysia, so I'd need a guide who might be available to take me up there and then help me go to the different stores to find out who has the best whatever so that I can go ahead and source quality and get stuff printed. Now, to me, that comes with a lot of added extras that don't really mean much of anything. Because even though I might be able to get the t-shirts for like a third of the price in Malaysia, that doesn't include the cost of traveling up there, the cost of being out of work, the cost of actually going around and spending the time to look at this outlet and that outlet and that outlet and check on the quality of the t-shirts and everything, check on the quality of the printers. That's a lot of time and a lot of effort. And then that isn't to say that I don't have to go and source packaging materials, figure out, shipping methods, add all of those together in one price, and then make sure I make a profit at some point. So right now, solopreneur, I can't deal with all that noise, so I'm going to cut all of that noise out. Yes, I'm going to go with a third party for now. But like I said, I'm going to wing it. Chances are they work, chances are they don't work, but either way, I'm going to wing it, I'm going to try, and we'll see what happens, because if I fail, then obviously I need to go another route. And if I succeed, well, maybe I'll tweak it along the way, but for now, then it works, right? The trick is to just get started. That's the hardest part, you guys. Just get started. But as you go along, you will realize what's necessary and what's not necessary. So you need to cut out that extra stuff. Like, it's not super important that my daughter and I watch cartoons when she gets home. Because tonight, we watched YouTube music videos. We're big fans of Kurt Schneider. So to watch his medleys and mashups, we have great fun, and the energy is always on target with the things that he does. So we didn't watch cartoons, we didn't watch a movie tonight after school. We listened to music, and we played, and we laughed, and we danced, and we had fun, and then we went to bed. Well, I put her to bed. So don't get attached to the way you think things need to be. Just start doing stuff, and keep in mind what you want your end goal to be, and all you got to do after that is just hope for the best, because the universe will give you what you ask for. But that's the problem. It'll give you what you ask for. So make sure you know exactly what you're asking for. What else? Look past the stuff you don't need. I think, I don't know how many of y'all have watched Big Hero 6. I was a big fan of the movie. It was very, very cute. But there was a part in there where Tadashi, the older brother, actually was talking to Hiro, and he said, you know what? You need to get a different perspective. You need to use that big brain of yours and think you're out of this. And then he also said that you need to see past what you don't need. And that's what I mean. That clutter, that noise, those extra people that really don't serve much of a purpose except just take up space and time in your life, or maybe sap energy, whatever. Those aren't people that are necessary in your life, obviously. You can get from one day to the next without really, really losing much if you cut them off. And I'm not saying cut them off in the fact that, you'll never speak to them again. Keep them at arm's length. My mom says, vittipudi. So you keep them at arm's length, give them the space they need, and then maybe they will come around, and maybe they'll drop off on their own, because you got stuff to do. You don't have time to worry about what the fuck they're doing. Just get your act together, okay? So, PSA, I have a Periscope tomorrow morning. I'm still debating on what exactly to talk about. But as always, it's not always, but recently, this timing has worked pretty well for me. It will be 9 p.m. Eastern. And I will be outside somewhere in Singapore, so you get to see a little bit of the scenery too. And we'll have a chat. We'll talk about some strategies that might help you. I'm not exactly sure what yet, but obviously I'll have something for you. So just join me tomorrow live at Periscope, the Crown for Queen channel, and that'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Obviously, it'll be 9 a.m. for me. But yeah, let's have a chat. So connect with me tomorrow. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments below. Like and share as much as you can if you feel like you did receive some value from this podcast. And if not, that's cool too. I mean, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. What is that? I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'd rather be somebody's shot of whiskey. Anyway, I will catch you guys tomorrow. I hope I made some sense. Please, please, please don't get bogged down in the details. Leave a little bit of room for the universe to work in your favor, and see past all that noise. There is noise. You need to sort that shit out, okay? It'll help you, I promise. You'll be able to move forward a little bit easier, okay? So, I will not let this turn into a serial goodbye. I will sign off right now, and I will catch you tomorrow, okay? Y'all take care. Thank you. Bye.